Welcome back to my channel. Our video today will demonstrate about Thera bamboo in the neck. We're use set of one of the Thera partners and this one, the Slim Thera. So this Thera partner have two in their set, but we'll just use one Thera. We're gonna need just a pinch of oil, very little. Spread even in the hand. You don't need a lot of oil so that your bamboo will not slide on the skin and not slide on your hand. Spread the oil by doing some effleurage. Give their neck a medium pressure to warm up the neck muscle, making the neck ready for Thera bamboo neck work. I'll start it with Thera partner, slowly, evenly, taking care of the muscle of the neck. Make sure it's so slow, like myofascial release. Every time I reach the occipital, my Thera partner stop in the occipital to put static friction at least 30 seconds. This side of the neck lays the lateral vertebral muscle. This includes the anterior, middle, and posterior scalene muscle, which extend between the transverse process of the cervical vertebrae. The scalene muscle support your spine and neck. If there is a tension and tightness in this muscle, it can cause discomfort like whiplash, torticollis, and even respiratory problem. So it is important that our neck muscle is always relaxed, away in any tightness, so that also it helps to release some headache. After performing a good myofascial release, stop our Thera partner on the occiput of the neck and we will start the pressure point on the scalene muscle. We will do static friction in this scalene muscle. This on the back, almost on the back, is the posterior scalene, then the middle scalene, then the anterior scalene. We're gonna perform static friction on the like a 3 lines static friction. We will start our static friction on the posterior tubercles. It is on the 3 or 4 cervical vertebrae. And make sure it's firm, specific, and every time we release and move to the upper line, make sure our Slim Thera will release it so slow and move inch by inch to make sure that we don't skip the line of the posterior scalene muscle. And every time we perform static friction, making sure at least minimum 30 seconds each pressure point. Now let's do static friction a little bit higher earlier than posterior, and we'll start the middle line of the scalene, the middle scalene. We'll do the same. We're gonna do static friction a line from below of the neck up to the occiput of the neck, and slowly at least 30 seconds again until we finish the whole line of the middle scalene. By doing patiently on the static friction on the neck, will helping the client. Now we are on the third line, the upper part of the scalene muscle, the anterior. We're gonna do static on the anterior scalene. Be specific, be slow, and every time we release, so slow so that they feel your release in your static friction. Now, after we finish the static friction on the scalene muscle, we're gonna move now to the occipital muscle. The static friction should be on a nuchal line. So let's find the nuchal line. I always start my static friction on the lateral side of the occiput. As you see my two hand, the other hand supporting the Thera slim, not to slide the Thera like it's a brace in the bamboo. And the other hand is one who push the bamboo for pressure. Our goal here is to do static friction from lateral to medial occiput muscle and at least minimum of 30 seconds each static friction, and every time we release, make sure it's so slow. This occipital static friction also address the trapezius muscle origin, the external occipital protuberance, a superior nuchal line. So we're helping also the trapezius muscle. And every time we finish one neck work, at least make some effleurage stroke before we start another specific neck work. Our static friction in the neck is not complete if we don't do the shoulder. So let's start static friction in the shoulder. This medial side of shoulder is upper trapezius. As we static friction towards the lateral, I stop the static friction until or before the acromion process clavicle. Firm pressure, or let's say at least just medium pressure, and patient at least 30 seconds before you move to next pressure point. And after the static friction reach until the acromion process, we can relax the neck by adding circular effleurage. Circular friction the whole neck, slowly, gentle, relax every neck muscle, and circular also on the occipital, circular on the back of the ear, and from the lower part of the ear until to the upper part of the ear, and circular friction also the temple, on the scalp. And before we leave the neck, make sure to effleurage the neck and shoulder again. Now we're ready to the other side of the neck. Don't forget to subscribe in my channel. And if you like to be a bamboo therapeutic massage certified practitioner, start from buying my books online, and information for the enrollment I will attach in the description. See you on the class!